How Mr. Peter Gets Out of Debt in 1 Year. Once upon a time in the bustling city of Financialville, there lived a man named Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter was a hardworking individual who had fallen into the clutches of debt due to unforeseen circumstances. He found himself drowning in loans and bills, with creditors knocking on his door and stress weighing heavily on his shoulders. One gloomy evening, as Mr. Peter stared at his pile of bills, he made a decision. "Enough is enough," he declared. "I won't let this debt control my life any longer. I'm going to take charge and get out of this mess in 1 year." Determined and with a newfound sense of purpose, Mr. Peter devised a plan. The first thing he did was create a detailed budget, accounting for every penny of his income and every dollar of his expenses. This allowed him to identify areas where he could cut back and allocate more funds towards paying off his debts. Mr. Peter took a hard look at his spending habits and made some tough choices. He decided to downsize his lifestyle, giving up luxuries and non-essential expenses. Fancy dinners were replaced with home-cooked meals, and he bid farewell to his daily gourmet coffee in favor of a homemade brew. These small sacrifices added up quickly, and Mr. Peter started funneling the saved money towards his debts. Next, Mr. Peter tackled his debts strategically. He prioritized high-interest loans and credit card balances, paying more than the minimum amount due each month. He negotiated with creditors to lower interest rates and explored options for debt consolidation to streamline his payments. To increase his income, Mr. Peter took on a part-time job in the evenings and weekends. He used the extra income solely for debt repayment. The long hours were challenging, but Mr. Peter kept his eye on the prize, a debt-free life. As the months passed, Mr. Peter's diligence began to pay off. The debt snowball was slowly shrinking, and he felt a sense of accomplishment with every payment made. He celebrated small victories along the way to stay motivated, treating himself to a simple pleasure when he reached certain milestones. To stay on track, Mr. Peter surrounded himself with a support system. He shared his goal with friends and family, who provided encouragement and understanding during difficult times. He also sought advice from financial experts, learning valuable tips on managing money and staying disciplined. Finally, after a year of hard work and unwavering determination, Mr. Peter made the last payment on his debts. He felt a weight lifted off his shoulders, and a sense of financial freedom washed over him. Mr. Peter's journey taught him valuable lessons about budgeting, discipline, and the importance of financial literacy. As he looked back on his transformation, Mr. Peter realized that overcoming debt wasn't just about money, it was about taking control of his life and making choices that aligned with his long-term goals. And so, Mr. Peter's story became an inspiration for others in Financialville who were facing similar challenges, proving that with dedication and smart financial choices, anyone could break free from the chains of debt. With his debt behind him, Mr. Peter didn't stop there. He decided to use the financial discipline he had developed to build a more secure future. He created an emergency fund to cushion against unexpected expenses, ensuring he wouldn't have to rely on credit in times of crisis. To prevent a relapse into old spending habits, Mr. Peter continued to live below his means. However, he also learned the importance of balance. He allowed himself some indulgences within his means, understanding that financial wellness wasn't just about scrimping and saving but also about enjoying life responsibly. Eager to share his success and help others, Mr. Peter began volunteering at local community centers, offering financial literacy workshops. His story resonated with many, and he became a mentor for those seeking guidance on their own journeys to financial freedom. As time passed, Mr. Peter's commitment to financial responsibility opened up new opportunities. His dedication hadn't gone unnoticed at his workplace, and he was promoted to a higher position. With the increased income, he continued to save and invest wisely, setting the stage for a comfortable retirement. One day, as Mr. Peter looked at his thriving financial situation, he reflected on the transformative journey he had undertaken. What began as a struggle with debt had evolved into a lifelong commitment to financial well-being and helping others achieve the same. In the end, Mr. Peter's story became a beacon of hope in Financialville. His journey demonstrated that with determination, discipline, and a strategic plan, anyone could break free from the shackles of debt and build a more secure and prosperous future. And so, Mr. Peter's legacy extended beyond his personal triumph. He had not only changed his own life, but had also become a positive force for change in the lives of those around him. As he continued to pay it forward, Mr. Peter found fulfillment in knowing that his story had inspired a ripple effect of financial empowerment throughout Financialville. As Mr. Peter continued his journey towards financial stability and empowerment, he realized that his experiences could have a broader impact. Inspired by his volunteer work and the positive responses from the community, he decided to take his message to a larger audience. Mr. Peter started a blog where he shared practical tips on budgeting, debt repayment, and building wealth. His straightforward and relatable writing style attracted a growing number of readers seeking guidance on their financial journeys. Through the blog, he connected with people from all walks of life, offering encouragement and strategies for overcoming financial challenges. Recognizing the power of technology, Mr. Peter expanded his reach by creating informative videos and hosting webinars. He partnered with local schools and community organizations to deliver financial education programs, aiming to instill money management skills in the younger generation and empower them to make informed financial decisions. As his online platform gained popularity, Mr. Peter caught the attention of financial experts and media outlets. He was invited to share his story on television and radio shows, spreading his message of financial empowerment to an even wider audience. Newspapers and magazines featured his success story, turning him into a public figure in the realm of personal finance. The increasing demand for his expertise led Mr. Peter to publish a book, chronicling his journey and offering a comprehensive guide to financial freedom. The book became a bestseller, reaching people far beyond the borders of Financialville. Mr. Peter's story was now inspiring individuals around the world to take control of their finances and build a better future for themselves. Embracing his role as a financial mentor, Mr. Peter established a foundation dedicated to promoting financial literacy and providing resources for those in need. The foundation collaborated with schools, community centers, and nonprofit organizations to create sustainable programs that empowered individuals to break free from the cycle of debt. As the years passed, Mr. Peter's impact continued to grow. He became a sought-after speaker at conferences and events, spreading his message of financial empowerment globally. His journey from debt-ridden to financially free had transformed not only his life, but also the lives of countless others. Reflecting on his remarkable transformation, Mr. Peter felt grateful for the opportunity to make a positive difference. He understood that financial freedom was not just about individual success, but about creating a ripple effect that uplifted entire communities. And so, Mr. Peter dedicated his life to the ongoing mission of empowering others to take control of their finances and build a brighter, more secure future for themselves and their loved ones.